So if you want to use your stick for the initial part of the check-in, you can do that. And at the getting ready to get ready part, bring yourself into your body, releasing all your distractions, making this next hour count, being present. Releasing tension. Just developing your sense of awareness. You can use your breath. You can scan your body. Whatever nagging thoughts appear, just look at them and check them out. And set them off to the side. Just really see what it means to really be present for yourself. Have this time be a sense of being rather than a sense of doing, that it can be expressed at any point in time outside of the class. You've created an internal environment that doesn't need to get chopped up in the midst of your day. It's just a way you live. Let's take one or two more breaths here. After that final breath, if your eyes are closed, you can open them. If you don't yet have a stick, go ahead and grab that now. And again, whatever way that suits you based on back and shoulder and neck health, I'm just going to place that on your back and remind ourselves of 3 points of contact. So we've established that we've anchored our feet. We want to feel that stick on 3 points, somewhere around our tailbone, somewhere around our shoulder blades, and on the back of our head. With the sense that the head is being pulled up to the ceiling, so we're not tilting our head back necessarily to create that third contact point. But once the stick is removed, it's a body position that I would just carry with me throughout the day. If it's not something you're accustomed to, it may feel awkward, it may feel uncomfortable. But the stick is there just as a marker of progress. Just seeing how things are today versus maybe how they have been in the past. You need to change your arm position at any time, you can do that. And then while holding these 3 points of contact, we'll just practice hinging. So we're going to pivot at our pelvis. Our hips are going to sit back a little bit. We're going to maintain those 3 contact points as far as we can. If we break them, we'll stand back up. Or if we create a stretch that's just too much, we'll also stand back up. So we're not going to rush through this. Just going to continue to be a curious investigator, seeing what's happening with our bodies. If we do lose a contact point, maybe assessing why that is so, if it's a place where it happens regularly. Just seeing what your body's telling you. We'll do one more. You can move that stick away from your body. If you want to continue to hold the stick as we continue, you can do that. Or you can go stick free for a while here. We're just going to squat with a floor touch. So we're just going to find a foot position that works for us. And we're just going to sit and reach for the floor. Slowly making our ways further and further down. Just using this as a mobility movement exercise. You may not touch the floor. The idea is just trying to get low. And then after this next one, we're going to add an overhead reach. So we'll reach to the floor, try to touch the floor. As we stand up, then we're just going to reach as high as we can to the ceiling. And then just repeat that pattern. Pausing at any point if you need to. Feel that stretch. We'll do one more. And then as we're standing tall, we'll just move into heel and toe rockers. So we're just going to roll up onto our toes and then to our heels, pulling our toes up without sending our hips back too far. Really trying to engage the front part of the shin there. If you feel like it's hard to do the shin, you can grab your stick for balance to really work on that pull-up part with your toes. So if you need that or want that for assistance, you can try that. Otherwise, hands free. We'll do 2 more. They're going to walk forward and backward in the space that we have. With each step, we're going to try to come up onto our toes. Moving forward. And then again, as we move backward. As we move forward, we're still trying to feel that heel toe contact on the ground. As we move backward, we're feeling toe to heel before we come up onto the toe. And finish whatever direction you're going in. As we stand tall, we're going to move forward circle with the right arm. Still maintaining those 3 points of contact. Once you have the right arm moving forward, then we'll move the left arm backward. So we'll have the arms out of sync. If you feel like you don't get it, then just start again with the right arm forward. Once you have that down, then feel the left arm backward. We'll do 2 more. And then shake it loose. And now we'll go left arm forward. Once you have the left arm feeling forward, then right arm backward. Good job. See how the arms are working there. Two more. And nice loosey-goosey figure eights with both arms. Just gonna create a big swooping figure eight in one direction. Once you complete that figure eight, then reverse it. We want to get the whole body connected with this, so you can go high and low, as well as side to side. Just trying to connect everything, feel fluid and loose. One more in each direction. All right, so we'll get started. If you need to get a drink, go ahead and do that briefly. We'll be using our sticks almost exclusively, unless you have a desire to use some handheld weights. For some of the movements, probably wouldn't be the right thing to do. But for others, if you want to try it, by all means, use weight. So in 15 seconds, we'll start with a forward lunge. Every time we lunge forward, we're going to create an overhead reach. So that overhead reach can be above your head, or you can take it behind your head if you'd like. As you step back, then the stick comes down. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, and here we go. Forward lunge, overhead reach. You can experiment with the width that your arms are from the center of the stick. Give it a different feel. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go to the ground for the next 2 with our sticks. The first one will be prone on our stomachs, and we're going to do a Y arm raise. So you can either hold the stick up statically, or you can raise and lower it in that Y arm position. Make sure everybody's getting close to the floor before we get started. Started in about 10 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Again, keep those shoulder blades drawn down and avoid shrugging, just as if we were standing. 3 points of contact through your spine as well as you can. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. We'll roll onto our backs. With the stick in hand, we'll do a same side dying bug touch. So again, you can experiment with the width of your hands holding the stick. We'll try to reach right hand to right foot, left hand to left foot. And we'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Keep breathing. 10 more seconds. 2, 1, rolling to one side. Press yourself up. We'll come onto our feet. Grab a drink if you'd like to get it. For the next element, we'll have our feet in a stride position. So one foot will be forward, one foot will be back. You can keep a wide base, or if you want more of a balance challenge, keep it narrow like you're walking on a tightrope. We'll have the arms in the overhead position, and then we're going to just rotate or twist. Okay? We'll start in 5 seconds. Pick your foot position. In 2, 1, here we go. If you can't raise your arms overhead, you can just keep them at shoulder height. Trying to create as much range of motion as we can. But the foot position is going to kind of lock us in one direction as it opens us in another. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it loose. In 10 seconds, we'll repeat that, just reversing the foot position. Starting in 5, 2, 1, here we go. Start conservatively until you figure out the range of motion coupled with your balance. Again, we're still being mindful of our spinal position, our 3 points of contact. We're not leaning forward. Trying to stay nice and tall. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Shaking everything loose. We're going to maintain that same side or stride position, and we're going to swing the stick forward. So it's going to look like this from the side. So I'm going to swing up and then to the other side. Up and to the other side. Okay? So pick your foot position. We'll start in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Again, the width that you hold that stick will change the feeling considerably, so you can experiment with that. And of course, how narrow or wide your feet are. 10 more seconds. 2, 1, shake it loose. We'll repeat that again with the feet reversed. We'll begin in 5 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. Coordinate your breath as well as you can with the movements. 20 more seconds. 10 left. 3, 2, and 1. And we'll twist next with the arms at shoulder height, where we're going to take an underhand grip. So rather than gripping overhand, we're going to grip underhand. You decide how wide you want to be, and then we'll just rotate our whole body from there. Excuse me. We'll start in 5 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. Use those eyes to drive your head and your body around. Pivot those feet. You decide how fast you want to go. Using whole range of motion. Keep the shoulders down. Don't let them shrug. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. You can place your sticks off to the side unless you want to hold on to them still. We're going to do some balance with floor touch. And we're going to allow the knee to bend as much as we want to get our hands close to the floor. Okay, so single leg balance, trying to reach to the floor, allowing the knee to bend as much as you'd like. Pick your foot. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it loose. Repeating the same thing on the other leg, starting in 10. In 5, 2, 1, here we go. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. We're going to repeat the same concept, but this time we're going to keep the legs straight. We're not going to allow it to bend. And by straight, I mean soft. So we're not going to lock out the knee. Try not to do that. We're going to try and keep the knee straighter so it's creating more of a stretch on the back side of the leg as you reach to the floor. Okay, so pick your leg. We'll start in 5 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. 20 seconds left. Ten seconds left. 2, 1, shake it loose. Repeating on the other leg, starting in 10 seconds. Going in 5, 2, 1, here we go. Again, you want to defer to balance. Trying to stay on that single leg the whole time as well as you can. Minimal assistance from the other side or from hands touching somewhere else other than the floor. Fifteen more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Shake it out, grab a drink, catch your breath. We'll resume with the stick again. We're going to hinge like we did in the prep, but if you want, instead of doing it that way, you can do an extension, adding your hands to the overhead position and then hinging from there. So you can go back to how we did it in the prep, or you can add the overhead extension. Remember, when we get to this point, we're not letting the arms drop down. We want to keep them in this upright position, so it's going to make you engage more through your shoulders to manage that position, okay? All right, make your decision on how you're going to do this. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Again, the hips will sit back a little bit to accommodate that overhead or hinge position. If you lose those 3 contact points or the 4th contact point with the stick, or the stretch becomes too much, then come right back up. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go back to the floor. So we'll start on our stomachs. We'll do, instead of Y arms with a wide grip, we'll do I arms. So it's going to be the narrow grip. Then you can hold it static over your head, or you can raise it up and down. So we're on the floor on our stomachs. When I see everybody down, we'll get yourself started again. Starting in 10 seconds. In 5, 2, 1, here we go. Watch the shrugging of the shoulders, keep them drawn down. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Rolling onto our backs. Opposite side dying bug touch. So we're going to go wide feet and wide arms. Right hand goes to left foot and left hand goes to right foot. We'll start in 10 seconds. In 5, 2, 1, here we go. Fifteen more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Rolling to one side. Press yourselves up. We're on our feet. So we'll come back to this underhand grip. You decide how wide you want to go. And we're just going to use swing. So it's going to be this movement here. Very active with the feet, watching that stick go up to the ceiling. In 2, 1, here we go. Let that stick open up the ribs and the shoulders. Pivot those feet. See how far you can take it up. Keep breathing. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it loose. Staying with the same underhand grip, twist and cross up. So as I go to my left, my right arm swings up. As I go to my right, my left arm swings up. Center of the stick stays up at heart level. Starting in 10 seconds, again, active feet. We're twisting our whole body, so we want to look behind us to get our body to roll. In 2, 1, here we go. Going to have a different feel compared to the overhand grip, no doubt. Keep the center of that stick up at collarbone or heart height, and then roll from there. 15 left. Three, 2, and 1. Shaking it loose. Twist and cross down. So now as I twist to my left, that right arm swings down or under. As I go to my right, the left arm swings down and under. Still with that underhand grip like we've been using the last 2 times. Starting in 10 seconds. Center of the stick stays at collarbone or heart height. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Use those eyes to turn your body. Look for something behind you. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Sticks off to the side. Back to single leg balance. We're going to do an arc swing. So again, one leg is going to arc around as far as we can, crossing the front and crossing the back, keeping the leg up as high as you can without compromising your balance. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Fifteen more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Shake it loose, switching to the other side in 10 seconds. Going in 5 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. Your gaze should be straight ahead, not down at your feet. Trying to maintain a good spinal position as we do this. Even though there's a lot of rotation happening in the leg that's supporting us. 15 more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Go ahead and grab a drink, catch your breath. We'll resume with balance. So you don't need your stick yet. We're just going to do a forward kick combined with a backward kick. Okay? Forward and backward kick. Staying on one leg for balance. Starting in 10 seconds. Pick your leg. In 2, 1. Here we go. Twenty more seconds. 10 left. 2, 1. Shake it loose. Switching to the other side, starting in 10 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. Twenty more seconds. 10 left. 3, 2, and 1. Grabbing our sticks. We're going to do a crossover lunge. And we're going to lean in the same direction we're stepping in. So as I go to my left, as I cross over going to my left, I'm going to lean left. As I cross over and go to my right, I'm going to lean right. So again, watch for things to the side of you. We'll start in 5 seconds. Make it a good crossover lunge. 2, 1. Here we go. Try to drop those hips down. Still want to feel that lunge, even though we're leaning with it. This is a very complicated movement. Just do the best you can. "15 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go to the floor on our stomachs. We're going to do a superhuman reach, and as we do it, the first time we're going to try and push the stick together, and the second time we're going to try and pull it apart. So 2 superhuman reaches, starting with a push. We'll go in 10 seconds, and then we'll follow that with a pull. Going in 5, in 2, 1. Here we go. Push that stick. Make yourself as long as you can without shrugging your shoulders up. Keep that chin drawn in on your head. We're not looking up. Our gaze should be at the floor. Pressing to the center of the stick. 15 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Same position, but we're going to pull from the center of the stick this time. Superhuman reach with the pull. Starting in 15 seconds. You can experiment with your hand width. That's totally up to you. Starting in 10. In 5, 2, 1. Here we go. "20 more seconds. Draw those shoulders down. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Bring yourselves up onto our feet. Continuing with our sticks, we're going to hold it behind our back, as narrow or as wide as you want to go. Palms are facing forward. From this position, all we're going to do is we're going to just try and pull back as far as we comfortably can. None of this craning or arching our back for range of motion. Keep those 3 points of contact and then pull back from there. Starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. Resist the urge to shrug the shoulders up. Keep those shoulders down as you pull back. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Catch your breath, grab a drink. Okay, we're going to do a side lean next. So depending on your shoulder health, you can be anywhere from here to extended overhead. And we're going to try to push the stick to the center as we do our lean. Okay, so we'll start in 10 seconds. Side lean with overhead push. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Make that lean happen through the body. Feet stay anchored. Heels don't come up off the floor. Push hard to the center. 15 more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Oy. Okay, we're going to pull from the center. As we pull from the center, 3 points of contact. We're going to raise the stick up and as far behind as you're comfortable with it, and then bringing it back down. So again, as you get to that extreme range of motion, avoid arching or craning of your neck. See what kind of range of motion you can get as you're pulling that stick from the center. Okay? Anchor those feet as well. We'll start in 5 seconds. Find your width. 2, 1. Here we go. So we want to establish stability at those end ranges. Part of the purpose for applying tension is not just to have range of motion, but to have strength in those end ranges. End ranges are where we tend to be susceptible to injury. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Stick off to the side. And we're going to do a frog kick. So I'm going to bring my knee up, and then I'm going to kick out to the side, bring it together without touching, and then repeat that process. Okay? The knee up as high as you can. Starting in 10 seconds, pick your foot. 2, 1. Here we go. Twenty more seconds. 10 left. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it loose. We'll repeat that on the other side. We'll start in 10 seconds. Starting in 5, 2, 1. Here we go. Fifteen more seconds. 5 left. 2, 1. Shake it loose. Just going to do a plain old boring single leg balance, what we want to try to do is add a knee raise to it. So what you're going to do is you're just going to hold the other leg up as high as you can without compromising your upper body. Okay, so single leg balance with opposite knee raise if you choose, starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. So feel that whole support foot flat on the ground, 3 points of contact through your spine. Fifteen more seconds. 5 left. 2, 1, and shake it loose. Just going to repeat that on the other side. We'll start in 5 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. Twenty seconds left. Ten left. 3, 2, and 1. Oh. Grabbing your sticks. Back to the crossover lunge. We're going to do an opposite side lean. So as I step to my left, I'm going to lean to my right. So another way to think about it is I step with my right leg, I'm going to lean to the right. As I cross over with my left, I'm going to lean back to the left. Okay, we'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Make sure you're dropping those hips as well as you can. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And back on the floor with your stick. Both movements will be on our backs. So we're going to do a bridge first. And we're going to try and pull apart the stick. And we're going to raise and lower it to the floor in that bridge position. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Bridge up, pull apart, and raise and lower that stick. If you can, pull your toes off the floor and drive those heels into the ground. Pull apart on the stick as well as you can, and then raise and lower it in that position. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1, and down. It's going to do a superhuman reach on our back with a pull apart with the stick. So again, reaching overhead, pulling apart, making yourself as long as you can. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. You can feel the back of your hands on the floor, that's okay, as long as you're pulling apart. If you want to hover those arms over the floor, you can. 15 more seconds. 5 left. 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Keep the arms overhead. Take a wide, wide, wide grip on the stick. Right leg stays extended. Bring the left knee up toward your chest, and then rotate it over to the right till you feel a twist through the body. Trying to keep the stick flat to the floor. Rotate back to neutral. Extend the left leg out. Bring the right knee up toward the chest, and then rotate that to the left. Same thing, other side. Keep that stick on the ground. And then bringing it back to neutral. Extend the right knee, shake everything loose. Bend both knees, feet flat on the floor. Arms stay extended over the head with the stick. And then let both knees out like a clamshell is opening up, and we're just releasing and yielding to gravity. With every breath, tension leaves our body and we sink further and further into the floor. Close those legs together. Keep them bent. And then with both knees together, just let them both drop to the right. Again, yielding to gravity here. Back to center. And then both legs to the left, keeping them together as well as you can. Back to center. Extend the legs. Big inhale. And as you exhale, bring that stick up to the ceiling and then down towards your hips. Once it's there, you can roll to one side, push yourselves up. And we'll call that one done for the day. Good job.